Still from BBC News here. Um, Yesterday, the Australia Child Abuse Inquiry messages from survivors. Now, this will be survivors from many institutions, okay? Um, there may be Jehovah's Witnesses in this, but it's important to look at the personal stories because beyond all the numbers, beyond all the legalities, this is about people. This is about children, some who are still children, some who have grown up, and the absolute cost and our need to witness to what those children went through. Look at this first one. Look at that writing. Please be kind to children. Don't tell lies. Always tell the truth. If the children are hurt like me. Harrowing stories from survivors shaped a landmark Australian inquiry into child sexual abuse. Going down, after revealing their experiences, survivors were invited to write about the process of coming forward. More than 1,000 anonymous contributions were released in a book on Thursday to mark the official end of the 5-year inquiry. The book, titled Message to Australia, was described by one Commission lawyer as too heavy to lift. Says no child should have to be abused by anyone, whether it was in the past or it be in the future. It has to stop now. The pain will never ever go away, or the memories. The book contains notes, many of them handwritten, speaking about some of the trauma and suffering experienced by victims. They say it will only be some of the trauma. You'd need a big book on each person. The dominant themes are of relief and gratitude from survivors who describe feeling like the process had given them a voice. Remember that. Remember that watchtower when you decide to pay out of court with a gagging order. You remember that. Or when they're in the courts and you refute their testimonies. In the Fessler case, it actually took for the abuser themselves to get on the stand and say, yeah, it happened. That was earlier this year, 2017. Over and over, the messages expressed thanks to the commissioners for listening. See how important it is? Listening to stories of abuse with empathy and without judgment. Watchtower, learn, please. Look at this one. I am 60 years old and I have never before had the opportunity to be able to tell in a safe, oh my goodness, private environment without any judgment being placed. Thank you. And the JW apologists say, well, why didn't you come forward? No one stopped you from coming forward. Do you not know how hard it is? And it only takes one little block at the first time you open your mouth and you're going to be silent for years. And for a child to have the language to say is very hard. And even into adulthood doesn't mean because you're an adult and know how things work that you can then speak, because you go back to a that child place in time often. Many messages detail how the process inspired new feelings of validation, empowerment and freedom. Others say the experience helped them heal. Please listen, Watchtower. Just get on with it. Do the right thing. You're talking about bringing, people have got to suffer so much, otherwise they bring reproach on Jehovah's name. They have to sanctify and validate Jehovah's name. What are you doing to Jehovah's name with this? What are you? Anglican, look, they have shame over inquiry findings. The survivors are remarkable people with a common concern to do what they can to ensure that other children are not abused, he said. They deserve our nation's thanks. And that is very true because a survivor doesn't want this to happen to others. Look at this person. I felt sick all morning. Of course they would before my private session. Oh, but they were so caring and compassionate, which helped me to feel safe and not so uneasy. I now feel like I can finally put all this behind me after it ruining my life for 25 years. Although I still won't trust police, I feel like a weight has been lifted and now pick up the pieces, finally, of my broken life. The book will be held in the National Library of Australia as well as state and territory libraries. Wow. I hope there'll be like some copies that will be internationally distributed, you know? I think that would be good because we all need to keep learning always. Thank you so much to all those people who spoke out because we must protect current and future children. Thank you.